morning everyone. Myself P. Raviteja, studying second BJC at TTRDC Manugur at Bhadrachalam. Today I want to teach about types of ovule. Before going to topic, we want to know about what is the ovule, and structure of the ovule, and parts of the ovule. Okay, here megasporogenesis. What is megasporogenesis? Megasporogenesis refers to the development of megaspores from the megasporocyte. Here, the cells of the megasporocyte undergoes meiotic divisions. Here, gynoecium. Gynoecium represents the female reproductive part of the flower, which may consist of a single pistil, monocarpellary, or may have a more than one pistil, multicarpellary. Here, gynoecium represents the female gametophyte. Female gametophyte is nothing but embryo sac. Okay, the female gametophyte is critical to many steps of the reproductive processes, including pollen grain development, induction of seed development, maternal control of seed development, and the female gametophyte plays an essential role to many steps of the reproductive process. Okay, when there are more than one, the pistil may be fused together, syncarpus, or may be free, apocarpus. Here, the basic unit of female gametophyte is a pistil. Pistil may be either syncarpus or apocarpus. Syncarpus means the more than one carpel is fused together, is called syncarpus. Apocarpus means the carpels remain free. Okay, each pistil has three for the stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, here we are seeing stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, this is the stigma and style and ovary. What is the stigma? Stigma is nothing but the leading point of the pollen grain. During the pollination, the pollen grain reaches to the stigma uh, because of the sticky nature of the stigma. So the stigma has sticky nature. The pollen grain attached to the stigma and reach to the ovary through the style. Okay, and style. What is style? It is the style. The second part is style is a tube-like structure and it's a long plot leading to the ovary. Okay, and third one is the ovary. Ovary is the which is basal swollen part of the part of the pollen grain. The ovary is divided into ovarian cavities or locules. Locules means like rooms. Okay, and in the locule attached with placenta inside the ovary, there lies a megasporangium, megasporan, which is commonly called as ovule. The ovule is that may be one or more in number. The megasporangia is attached with the placenta inside the ovary in the locules. Placenta is the part of the ovule and part of the ovary, and where the funicle is present is called placenta. Its function is to provide connection with the walls of the ovary and flower. It provides nutrition to the new developing embryo sac. Okay, and megasporangia. Structure of the ovule is the megasporangia. It is also called as megasporangia. Okay, wall of ovary as placenta tissue, which bears megasporangia, commonly called ovules. The placenta is the attachment of walls of the ovary and flower. Okay, here the megasporangia is attached with the placenta. The It's commonly called as ovule. An ovule is often found attached with placenta through a small funicle. Okay, the ovule is a small structure attached to the placenta by means of a stalk called funicle. Here, the here we are seeing it is the placenta. Okay, and sometimes funicle fuses with the main body of ovule, forming a ridge known as raphe. Here we are seeing we are seeing this is the part of the raphe. Sometimes the ovule, the funicle fuses with the main body of ovule, forming a ridge known as raphe. Okay, each ovule has one or two protective envelopes called integuments. Integuments is nothing but integuments are protective layers. It protects the ovule from the outside environment. Okay, it is a one or two in number. Okay, uh, the encircle the ovule accepting the tip area, where the tip area is called there is a what is micropyle opposite to the micropyle end is the callagel end, representing the basal part of the ovule. Okay, it is the integuments are covers the whole ovule except the tip area. The exception area is called micropyle. The, the opposite to the micropyle, there is an end is called calaza. Okay, within the integument, a group of cells is there that is called nucellus, which are rich in richer food materials. Inside of the nucellus, the female gametophyte or embryo sac is developed. Okay. Here we are seeing the ovule inside of the ovary, the middle here tomato. The placenta is in the middle. Placenta provides nutrition to the ovules. Okay, and we can go and types of the ovules. Here we are seeing 6 types of ovules. The the ovules are divided into 6 types. Uh, the ovules are divided in the basis of microphyte. Um, relative position of funicles, calaza, and microphyte. Okay, the relative position of microphyte, funicle, and calaza. This is the types of ovules. First one is the orthotropous ovule. Ortho means straight, tropos means curved. It is the straight ovule. In this type of ovule, simplest and the most primitive type of ovule, and this type of ovule, microphyte, calaza, and funicle lies and one vertical line. This type of ovule we can see some angiospermic families. And next one is the hemitropous ovule. Hemi means half and tropos means curved. Half curved ovule. Okay, in this type of ovule, the body of an ovule is more or less to the right angles of the funicle. Whole body of the ovule is more or less to the funicle part of the funicle. The mic and the body of the ovule is gets 90 degrees. The funicle is lies 90 degrees to the both microphyte and calaza. This type of ovule we can find in Frimulaceae and Ranunculaceae families. And third one is Campylotropous ovule. Here, Campylotropous ovule. In this particular type, the body of an ovule is more or less to the right angles to the funicle, and a micropyle bends downwards near to the funicle. This type of ovule we can find in Chenopodiaceae and Caparidaceae families. And fourth one is Amphitropous ovule. In this type, the body of an embryo becomes curved and looks like an anatropous one ovule. It looks like anatropous ovule. The but difference is the embryo sac also gets curved, and it get a horse-shoe shaped structure. So this because of this difference, and the embryo sac gets a horseshoe shape. So this is the distinction of this Amphitropous ovule from the Anatropous ovule. This type of ovule we can find in Buramaceae families. And fifth one is Anatropous ovule. Ana means backwards, tropous means ovule. It is a backward curved ovule. This it is the most common type of ovule. The most 80% of the angiospermics has this type of ovule. Okay. uh, the body of the ovule is rotated by 180 degrees, and micropyle comes near to the funicle. This type of ovule we can find most of the angiospermic families. And third one is Caecinotropous ovule. In this type of ovule, the length of the funicles get increased, and covers the whole ovule. Okay, and it gets 360 degrees. 360 degrees means complete circle. Okay, complete circle. It looks like round ovule, and the length of the funicle increased, so the funicle gets covers the whole ovule. This type of ovule you can find Cactaceae and Plumbaginaceae families. Okay, thank you everyone.